Gamers are going crazy over keyboards that keep getting smaller and smaller, and that's why Razer made this. It's the 60% form factor Huntsman Mini. Let's check it out. This keyboard comes in two different colors. There's standard black and a white version that they call Mercury. The keyboard comes in a small cardboard box. On the inside of the top lid, there's a user's manual and a little card signed by Razer's co-founder that basically just talks about Razer being amazing. Next up, they give you a really nice quality braided USB to USB-C cable to power the keyboard, and of course the keyboard itself. So first we need to talk about the size. This thing is really small, and instead of just reading off some dimensions or measurements, I think the best way to illustrate this is to just put it next to some other popular keyboards that you might be familiar with. This is the Razer Huntsman Mini right next to a 10 keyless HyperX Alloy Origins core and a Corsair K70. If you haven't gotten your hands on a 60% gaming keyboard before, it can be hard to understand just how small it really is. It's a huge difference from full size and even 10 keyless designs. It feels really solid and strong in the hands. Razer says it's made from aluminum, but from what I can tell, it looks like just the top plate's aluminum and the rest is just a plastic base. But it is a strong plastic base, and Razer made it look pretty epic by etching the phrase "for gamers by gamers" all across the bottom. There's two different levels of adjustable feet down here that'll let you choose between 6 and 9 degree tilt angles, and we've got some grippy textured pads on the corners and also on the tips of those adjustable feet. But I did notice that the keyboard being so small and lightweight does have a tendency to move around easily when you have those feet deployed. Razer gave this keyboard double shot PBT keycaps, and they're nice and strong and they have a little bit of a textured surface on them. Overall, they're comfortable and just nice feeling keycaps. They also have side printed functions so that you can easily glance down and still use the functions that are missing dedicated keys with the 60% design. Things like the home cluster, arrow keys, and multimedia controls. There's currently two different types of Razer's optical key switches available on the Huntsman Mini. There's the tactile and clicky purples and the smooth and linear reds. And by the way, you can expect to pay a little bit more for the red switches. There's about a $10 premium if you decide to go with those. I've got the purple clicky switches in mine, and I really like how they feel, but I happen to notice that there's a little bit of a rattling sound that comes from them. It's really noticeable if you shake the keyboard. And if you pull off a keycap and look at the switch closely, you can actually see how much back and forth movement there is. I ended up spending a lot of time testing this keyboard, and my experience was that it's good, but nothing really amazing, which kind of shocked me because there was so much hype surrounding this on the internet. I was watching videos and stuff and I got all hyped up and excited to test it, and then I was like, I don't understand what the big deal is here. Yeah, it's a good gaming keyboard, but it doesn't like redefine gaming or anything as some people would have you believe. But anyways, that's just my experience with it. Gaming was good once I got used to it. I didn't like the fact that it moved around on me when I had the feet deployed, so I ended up just leaving it flat most of the time. And then when it came to photo and video editing, it was really frustrating for me because I can't stand having to use key combinations and stuff all the time to use all the functions that I need. So if you're thinking of moving to this 60% form factor, I would keep that in mind. If you do gaming and typing, I think it's perfectly fine, but if you do other stuff, you might want to stick with larger designs. Now, something that does live up to the hype in my opinion is the RGB backlighting. The amount of light, the quality of it, and the pre-programmed effects all look amazing on this keyboard. You've got your traditional rainbow and breathing effects, but also some really cool ones like starlight and fire, which is by far my favorite. And through Synapse, you can get as advanced as you want with lighting through Razer Chroma Studio, where you can create all sorts of different custom effects. And you also have the option to control the lighting just using key combinations on the keyboard if you want to bypass the software altogether. So the Huntsman Mini is decently spec'd for a keyboard with such a small layout. It allows you to still get access to all the functions that you're physically losing with the 60% form factor, as long as you're okay with using key combinations all the time. And it feels well made and it's solid even though it uses a plastic base. Those Razer tactile purple clicky switches that I tested perform well, and the RGB backlighting looks awesome in my opinion. Unfortunately though, despite the things that it does well, I think it's a little pricey for what it offers. It's $120 US if you want the one with the purple switches, and if you go with the reds, that price jumps up to $130. So, you know, that's what Razer says it's worth, so that's what we're gonna have to pay if we want to get it, at least right now while it's brand new, until we see a sale or a price drop or something like that. So I'm gonna put the purchasing links down in the description. If you pick one up, leave us a comment and let us know what you think about it. Thanks for watching, and make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you.